Hi everyone, I'm Leanne Lee, your Diva of DIY, and today I'm going to share with you a project that is very near and dear to my heart. See, I have been a decorative painter and cabinet refinisher for 15 years, and today I'm going to share my craft with you. So I have this bathroom vanity piece that I picked up at the Restore Habitat, and I loved it because it was big and I was needing some additional storage space. So I brought it back to our shop. I sanded it with 220 sandpaper, and then I gave it a really good cleaning with Crud Cutter, which I love to use because it's a good degreaser. And then I taped everything off. I've masked off the drawers. Make sure you label everything, and I'll have pictures on the blog for that as well. But I want to show you how to spray cabinets because it makes the process so much faster and so much easier. So I'm going to use my HomeRite Finish Max Fine Finish Sprayer. Okay, I love it because it holds enough product in here, but it's not heavy and it's very easy to move around. So I'm going to show you how to use this so that you too can have a professional finish when you're doing your own cabinets or furniture pieces. I'm going to start by testing the product. We want to check for its viscosity. What that means is if we use paint that is too thick, it will clog up the sprayer. So we have a way to test it, and it actually comes with this particular sprayer, which is nice. So I have my paint here, and I am going to dip the viscosity tester in it. And what I'm doing is seeing that it runs through, and you count. And for primer or enamel, it's about 30 seconds. You want to make sure that it can actually empty this within that time frame. I can tell you right now, it is too thick for what we're getting ready to do. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. I'm going to stick that in there. I've got a bottle of water here. Don't be scared of this. I promise you, people always say, weren't you scared to learn how to spray the first time? I promise you this makes it so easy. So I'm going to add a little bit of water, and then we're going to test it again. This is a water-based paint, so we're using water for it. If you were doing an oil-based paint, you would have to thin it with paint thinner, but no worries here. We're using latex and water. All right, so I've stirred it up. Now I'm going to test it again. I can already tell that it is so much better. It's thinner, it's coming through the nozzle a lot easier, which means that it's going to go through our sprayer much easier. So, okay, I would let this completely drain, and then we're going to fill our sprayer and get to work. I've got some tips, so don't go away. I'm going to set that off to the side. So the first thing you do is you want to open up the spray canister, okay? And that's where we're going to put our paint. So I'm going to take this paint. This has been tinted Portobello. I'm going to pour it into the canister. Now you do as much, you have to kind of judge how much you'll need, but just know that you're not wasting it. You can always pour it back in when you're done. Now I already have my tube hooked on, so I'm going to stick it in there and screw it on tight. It's plugged in, ready to go. All you have to do is push on the trigger. So let me show you. See how it immediately engages. So we're going to pump it so that we get some of the paint up in the nozzle here before we actually get started. And I am using a drop cloth here. You could use rosin paper. In my spray booth, a lot of times I'll just spray it right on the wall. So if you're doing it out in your garage, you could do that. So give me a second. It's going to be a little loud, but let me just get this ready. All right, it's started to come out onto the drop cloth, so I know I'm ready. So I'm going to move this paint off to the side, and I'm going to start with the doors. Okay, here's a little tip that I've learned just over the years. We always use a cake turner to do our doors and drawers because it makes it really easy to spin them. So I have here one of my doors that's already been sanded and cleaned really well. I'm going to move my water bottle out of the way. And now I am ready. So this is how easy this is. Ready? You just want to give it just a nice, even coat all the way across it. You are not flooding one area. It is so much better to do 2 coats than it is to flood it, okay? So, just keep going. If you need to adjust the nozzle, you can turn it here if you want it to go the other direction. I want to show you, here's a tension nozzle here, which I love if you are having a hard time being able to push on it hard enough or adjusting the trigger. And I'm going to turn mine back because I'm just used to having it going the other direction. Already my first door is done. I have a drying rack here, so I'm going to set it over here to let it dry. Now I'm going to show you how we would do a drawer. So we've masked it off so we don't get the overspray on the inside. Once again, I'm just going to take the Home Right sprayer. See how easy it is when I turn it with the cake turner? When you're doing the drawers, you can go ahead and do the front and the back at the same time. All right, and look, I've got a drawer completely done. So you can see you can easily get a whole piece of furniture done in such a short amount of time. And by using a sprayer, it gives you a fine furniture finish that people are dying for these days. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these pieces. Stick around. I'm going to show you what it looks like finished. Let's see if I can put this directly on there. And I'm going to keep working on some more of my pieces. Another door finished on the back side. All we have to do is let that dry. If you don't mind, come over here and let me show you what we are going to do to the frame itself. You notice how I've plastic it off, and that's just to keep the overspray out. If this is your piece and you don't care about the inside, that is completely fine. We are typically hired to do the projects, and so we always want it to be as professional as possible. So when I show you how to do something, I'm really trying to show you the way I would do it if it was hired done. So we've got this plastic off. It's already been cleaned, sanded, ready to go. So I'm just going to start. Seriously that easy. I promise all of you can spray your own furniture if you want. You can spray your cabinets. I know that in my heart you can do it. I'm Leanne Lee, your Diva of DIY, and I'll see you next time.